Okay, everybody, let's talk about some words and phrases that are used very commonly by native speakers. They are not used by people who are immigrants or who have English as a second language, which is a problem, right? Because if you don't use words like native speakers, you don't sound like native speakers, and you want to blend in, especially if you are in an English-speaking country. And if you don't want to blend in, fine, you still need these words for your knowledge, especially if you're doing these exams. So I'm going to discuss 16 of them today. 16 really popular ones. This is part one. There's going to be a part two this week, and that's going to be covering another 16. So please subscribe so you can get notified when that happens. Starting with the first one. I hope this doesn't happen to you, but if you are, number one, ripped off. If something is a ripoff, what does that mean? Rip off means someone basically charged you, for example, in this case, charged you for something maybe 10 times more price, 3 times more price. It was worth nothing, but they convinced you that it's something so big and so grand that you paid them more, but the actual market value is very minimal. So you lost money. That was a ripoff. You can say that was a ripoff or you got ripped off. When we say that, it's a negative scenario where an injustice happened to you. It could be with money. It could be with other things too. For example, I got accepted into Yale University, but it sucked. The education department sucks. The Columbia College is better, so I got ripped off. So something like that. Anywhere where it is something unfair happens to you, it is a ripoff. I hope that doesn't happen to you. Now, when that does happen to you, use phrase number two. I better. I better, and this is simple, right? There's no complex vocab here, but this is something you want to use when you talk about the things you want to do. I better change my university. I better subscribe to HZad Education so I can get these great tips. When you want to intend to do something, you mostly say should. I should. I better is just another term, more versatile, something a little different, something that is very commonly used by native speakers, so please try using that as well. Cheesy, you are cheesy, or you are corny, means you are the kind of person who is making some uncomfortable jokes, who is making something too exaggerated, too dramatic when it doesn't need to be. For example, I and my wife have been married for many years, and if I go and try to act like her boyfriend and try to say cheesy pickup lines, it's very strange. It's kind of weird and awkward. And if I do that, she can say, "Stop being cheesy, stop being corny," right? So that means don't be like that uncomfortable dude out there. So don't be cheesy. Another word in this case is cringy. Now, cringy comes in the similar category like cheesy and corny, but cringy is where you can actually imagine yourself cringing, which basically means you're kind of moving in a way or having this feeling like, these butterflies going through you, where you feel intensely uncomfortable. Like you don't like what is happening in the conversation. You don't like the situation so much that you maybe make a movement with your body, or within your head, you just feel so out of peace, like you're not in peace. You are just completely uncomfortable because of maybe something someone said, because of something you watched, because you suffered an embarrassment. Those situations are cringy, and you don't want to be in a cringy situation. You also don't want to be a person who makes other people cringe. That's the verb. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Okay, of course, the correct way to say it is could have, should have, and would have, but nobody has time for that. So now we say coulda, shoulda, woulda, just like wanna, gonna. Okay, we're gonna do lots of these things in the future, I can guarantee you. So this is one thing that you want to prepare yourself for. If you intended to do something which wasn't done, so you can simply say, I should have done that, not should have. When you're speaking fast, when you're speaking naturally, you can say, I should have done that. If you wanted to do something, I would have done that if I had money. I could have done that if I had strength, So instead of have, you can say, coulda, woulda, shoulda. There's another phrase that people use. For example, a boss would tell their employees in a company, I don't want to hear coulda, woulda, shoulda. I want results. So it's just like, I don't want excuses. I don't want you to say you could have done this, would have done this, and so on. That's a good way to use this as well. Now, simple one, doesn't matter, don't mind, or don't care, okay? Again, very easy to understand, but where do you use these things? I'm also telling you 3 things instead of 1, so you can use a combination and have good vocab and phrases of versatility in different situations. You use them when something is of no importance to you, of course. If I tell you that I got this, okay, so my wife loves Louis Vuitton, right? I hate, what the hell's up with Louis Vuitton? Like, what is the big deal, bro? I don't want to say anything here that's gonna get me into a lawsuit. So okay, I'll restrict myself. But I'm gonna say with Louis Vuitton that it doesn't matter to me. The brand doesn't matter to me. I don't mind whatever people wear, and I don't care. I really don't care about bags, especially. So that is where you're being negative, or you're just telling the other person you don't care. You can use these words. I can also say, next one, I couldn't care less, meaning the same thing. And here you literally are trying to be offensive because you're saying that there could be so many more things I can care more about. This is the least thing I care about. So I couldn't care less simply really means that this is like you really don't give a crap about whatever this topic is. Okay, getting a little aggressive, right? So maybe someone can tell me to chill or chill out. Basically means the same thing. You know what it means. It's very common. It means to relax, okay? Chill and chill out mean the same thing. Usually when you say chill, though, it's followed up with something else. Chill, bro. Chill, buddy. Hey, just chill. So something before or after comes after, before after chill. But chill out is basically a complete phrase in itself. Can't make it. Next time you're late for something, you just don't want to say, I'm late for it. Or you want to submit an assignment and you don't want to just say, I cannot submit the assignment. How about you say, I can't make it? Okay, especially this is good for appointments or places where people expect you to be physically, or a Zoom meeting maybe. You can't make it simply means maybe you're getting late. Maybe there is a situation where you don't want to go and you are unable to go visit this person or organization or join an online session or submit your homework. Like there's something you can't complete. Okay, your boss says, I want this report on my desk by tomorrow morning. Sorry, boss, I can't make it. Simply, it could mean you cannot show up tomorrow morning or you cannot make the report. Just another way to make up some excuses. Okay, the next one is down to earth. The down to earth people, they are not lying down on the earth. They are nice, kind, very simple people. So when you refer to someone as down to earth, it is a compliment. It's a good thing if people are down to earth. It simply means they're so kind and generous and humble. It's the opposite of that scenario where people say, I'm flying on the seventh sky, I'm flying high, and I'm looking down on people. So that kind of expression is used when people are really trying to not be humble and trying to boost up and brag about themselves. The opposite is down to earth, which means you're grounded, you are feeling humility, and that makes you a kinder person. That's how this phrase comes about, and you can use this with people who are really kind. You want to say this person is kind? Tell that person you're very down to earth, and I appreciate that about you. Next one, common phrases. Don't worry about it, no worries, or no problem. Again, obviously used a lot of times with gratitude. Someone thanks you. You can say these words to them. Or someone apologizes to you. They made a mistake. You can use these words. Tell them, don't worry about it. No worries or no problem to make them feel better and accept their apology. Few more. So there's dude, man, bro. I've seen a lot of people try to use it, and I of course appreciate it because you're trying to adapt and get more involved and immersed in the culture. But sometimes it just sounds awkward, you know? If you are unable to use it, if it feels unnatural, like if you're really forcing it, honestly, people can tell, and you don't want to seem like that person who's trying too hard. So it'll come naturally, okay? I wouldn't say try to put dude, man, or bro in conversations. If it happens naturally, it's good. It's just another level of familiarity with, especially guys when they use these words. Girls don't use these words often, but you can use them if you're a guy, if you're a dude. See, right now, if you're a dude, I'm very comfortable in saying that. But if I force it, it wouldn't sound good. So as long as you're comfortable, you get to that level, use it. Then it's probably like an upgrade of your English speaking skills, where you're super natural. Now, easygoing and laid-back people are the best people in the world. Everybody loves those kind of people because these people are not really laying back. They don't go easily somewhere with you, but it just means they're approachable, friendly, people who you can have a conversation with. You would not be scared of that person. You might enjoy your time with that person. So being easygoing or laid back is a good thing. You don't know anything. How about you don't say the T and just say no? pronounce it. I don't know. So it's like I don't know, but again, just a contraction, just a faster way, modern English. Wanna, gonna, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and now don't know. Keeps getting worse. Now, to be free is something you can use. Of course, when we talk about freedom, it is pretty simple. So I want to be free from work. I want to be free from the shackles of the society. Basically, whenever you want to express freedom from any situation, you use this. It's actually very simple, but a common phrase. So I wanted to mention that. And I want to finish up with fair enough. Fair enough is a cool thing to use. I learned this a few years ago, and I've been using this quite a lot. Very handy. Fair enough is like okay. All right, so it doesn't really mean that something has to be fair. It is used as a replacement of okay, but in more conversations where some real important information has been conveyed to you. For example, my boss tells me, I hate to work here. Maybe I should change my company, but please don't tell the boss. Fair enough. Okay, so that means, all right, I understand your point. It's like you're acknowledging the person, understanding their point, and saying okay. And it's usually a big point made. If my wife says I wanna eat eggs, I'm not gonna say fair enough. It's just a normal conversation. But if she says, I've been working hard, it's really stressful, I think we really need a vacation, fair enough. It's like, okay, I get it. It's a bigger conversation that's being communicated. You can finish that up, acknowledge that with a bigger thing, a little bigger version of okay, showing your acknowledgement and seriousness of the conversation by saying fair enough. That's it, guys. There's more to come. Part 2 is coming soon, so subscribe, notification bell, whatever you do on YouTube. I don't know how that works, but do that because you will be notified of the other part, and we'll talk soon. Take care.